Happy Friday and welcome to Cleveland Browns Daily, brought to you by Ballybet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns. Now live in Ohio, Nathan Zagura, Jason Gibbs. Bo Bishop has arrived safely in Hawaii. Bootsy up at 4:30 this morning.
No
running
way,
around,
really?
Thriving. You knew they weren't going to get in. They weren't going to get past 4:30.
But that's 10:30 here, so it's not really even early.
No, it's not bad. All things considered, he's thriving. He's got a lei around his neck. He's loving this Disney place, little Moana theme. He's got his Crocs on.
There's a Disney place in Hawaii?
Yeah, they're saying it like it's a Disney resort. He couldn't be happier. He looks, he's my spirit animal. Love him.
The bigger question is, how is NBC today?
Well,
because
I only got an update on Boots because I think that's pure joy. I think NBC is still a little bit in mourning after what happened with Oakland getting it done.
And it happened right as they were landing.
Yeah.
It
certainly did.
Not great for NBC.
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
You still have that trip that you got to take.
Oh, yeah. You're a magical time. Magical time. Uno, though, is so happy. Uno, you called this.
Yeah, it was amazing last night. I was watching with my mom. She had Kentucky winning the Natty in our bracket pool, so that was, was pretty exciting watching because I knew she was rooting against me. But I had identified Oakland months ago when they beat my beloved Musketeers. So
yeah, you said it. You said they're winning a tournament game. So you'd have taken them no matter what their draw was.
Probably. I liked Kentucky because they can't play defense, but I was probably taking Oakland no matter what.
Man,
let's just talk about the fact that guy.
He's got a name.
That had 10 threes.
Jack Golke.
Thank you, because I don't want to screw it up or besmirch it.
Golke.
He's not even a starter. He was the sixth man of the year in the conference.
Sixth man of the year. That's like saying Vinny the Microwave Johnson wasn't a starter. Vinny Microwave Johnson was.
John Hot Rod Williams of the Cavaliers.
Yeah. Sixth man's a valuable thing.
Very clearly.
And he hit it over Reed Shepard, who was so kind to NBC. It's tough. I had it on in the lower screen. Walk me through it. When did you think, like, Uno, you said you're going to do 20 minutes on this game, so I'm just going to kind of turn the floor to you. Take us through your analysis, the ebbs, the flows, and when you knew Oakland really was going to do this.
I think right at the end of the first half, Kentucky kept punching them, and Oakland just kept fighting back. Like the Golke kid hit a bank three-pointer with like 50 seconds left in the first half.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the moment you're like, they might be able to do this.
Was that an intentional bank? Was the bank open, or was that such a bad miss that it banked and then it still went in anyway?
I feel like it was intentional.
Who banks a three?
I don't know. That's why I was like, when that fell, you were like, uh-oh. Like this, like if you're a Kentucky fan, that's the moment where you're like, this kid's going to hit everything.
Yeah.
And he did.
I bet you would.
But Kentucky kept coming at him. I mean, some of the threes they hit in the final 2 minutes, this is going to break their back. They're going to fold to the pressure, and they had an answer every single time. It's the best game of the tournament so far, and not just because of the result, but literally it was just one haymaker after another and an answer for every haymaker.
It's incredible.
The last 4 minutes was just shot for shot.
It was awesome.
Three-pointer, two-pointer, two-pointer. Like, every time I thought, oh, there's no way Oakland's going to respond with a bucket, wide open three falls, and
Buckets.
You're like, unbelievable.
So do you believe, are you under the impression, can they do it? Can they get to the Sweet 16? Or is this as good as it's going to get?
They got a nice draw. Like, they're playing an 11 seed, so really anything could happen because NC State beat Texas Tech.
So is NC State the hottest team in the world?
Them and Duquesne and Oregon.
Right
are
now,
all
yes.
Three kind of hot right now.
I mean, it feels like it.
I mean, you won 5 games in 5 days at the ACC tournament.
Yeah.
Including knocking off Duke, including knocking off North Carolina. Like, I would say they're probably one of the hottest teams, if not the hottest team in college basketball.
And their center, Burns, is going to be a really tough matchup for Oakland. They don't have any size for that guy.
Yeah, but if you can make the trifecta, it doesn't really matter.
All right, so I watched the first half of that game last night with NC State.
Okay.
He only plays like 23 minutes a game. Like, he physically was laboring a minute 58 seconds in, getting up and down the floor. It was a track meet to start off.
The backup center has to play.
The backup center had a monster game last night. I was talking to you, Uno, about this. I mean, he came in averaging 5 and 4, and he had 16.
Man.
I mean, they're a good team. NC State late last night did not help the old brackets. Went 1-3.
1-3.
Well, Kansas got the help of the officials last night to win.
Yes, needed.
Little bit.
Drake,
Uno, your fault.
I'll take the blame on that one.
You should.
Tucker DeVries really let me down.
It's an understatement. Although they were winning most of that game.
I think they were up like 7 with like 2 minutes left.
I was not awake at that point, and now that just makes me more angry. And then who was my other one? Oh, I had Texas Tech beating NC State. I just thought NC State would be out of gas. And Charles and Kenny Smith were talking about that. They're like, what are we going to see from NC State after playing 5 games in 5 days?
Well, you got the answer.
Boy, did we.
So I ended up going on this bracket 11-5 in the first round.
Okay, I went 11-5 on one, and
I can't get the
9-7 on the other.
I can't get the other one. I can't get the company one to load. It keeps saying open up in the app. I'm like, I'm in the app. Let me see my bracket.
McNeese State.
But I lost in this one that I went 11-5. I've already lost. I've lost Kentucky. I had Kentucky going a decent way.
Yeah, but, I mean, as long as you didn't have them in the Final Four.
All right, so in the other one, I went 11-4, 11-5 as well. So I went 11-5 in both. I had Kentucky going to the Final Four in one bracket. That's out. And then I had Kentucky getting to the Elite 8 in another bracket. That's out.
Why would that be out?
Well, that's not out, but I'm saying those are my big losses so far.
Yeah,
I was very good at
that. But
that.
how many other people had Kentucky?
I'm sure many. Yeah, I'm sure many.
You're not dead yet.
Not dead yet. Problem is I'm trailing AB, and AB has Houston winning it as well. I'm going to have to look at his.
Now, if Houston goes down, that whole bracket.
And he did not have Kentucky going to the Elite 8. He had him going only to the Sweet 16.
Who do you have him losing to?
Let's see. He had Kentucky. He had Kentucky winning and then losing to Texas Tech in the Sweet 16. Or that's after not getting to the Sweet 16. No, Kentucky losing to.
I think it'd be Marquette.
No, he has them losing to Texas Tech, but he also lost Texas Tech. That's why I showed it. So
there you go.
Yeah, he already lost us. He was perfect in the Midwest region, 6 for 6. How about it?
There.
A lot of people have Arizona. So in the Browns bracket, are you in the Browns bracket, Uno?
I am, yeah.
What are you in right now?
I have no idea. I think like 60th place.
Oh, I'm ahead of Uno. Sweet. 35th. I've got 179 max left.
I don't know what I got.
A couple of teams have 189.
I know I have 180 left.
So you're a point ahead. Fun. A lot of Arizona. I'd say Arizona, Purdue, and Houston are the top 3 pick to win it. So there you go. What do we got on tap?
I mean, Griff's the wild card in all of this because Griff has Illinois.
Griff went 12-4. That's what he told me.
And, Illinois in the second half yesterday looked pretty good.
Pretty good, indeed. All right, real quickly, our hot topics of the day are presented by Vivid Seats, official fan experience partner of the Cleveland Browns. We'll get more from Uno. The Browns have officially signed Deontay Foreman, the running back, and guess what? We're going to have him in here exclusively. I'm going to switch seats, though, for the interview, so when you see that, don't be alarmed, and I might put my coat on.
I don't need to be in it.
You won't be in it? I think I'm going to put my coat on, though, just in case I get chilly. Because it's a little breezy in here, so if you see that, you'll know that's why. Deontay Foreman, about 140. Is that what we're told? That's what PR's told us. Give or take. 135, 140. Deontay Foreman joining us here in studio. So that's exciting. He's in the running back room. Makes you wonder, a little bit about Nick Chubb's availability. But this is a big physical back, third-round pick out of Texas, a guy who, when given the ball, has produced at a very high level in the National Football League. So we will hear from him later on today. In the latest NFL Next-Gen Stats metric, does that mean it's a new metric?
I believe so, yeah.
Created today?
I'm not sure when it came out, but it's pretty new.
Browns punter Corey Bojorquez is ranked 4th in the NFL in field position over expected with a rating of 161. And Corey Bojorquez was signed to a new contract with the Cleveland Browns. So no surprise there. He was good. Next Gen Stats say he was good. The eye test says he was good. And there he is. He was wearing a great Pendleton down there today. He looked kind of like the Big Lebowski. He looked like the dude a little bit.
Big game for his Lobos today, too.
Yeah, that's right. New Mexico. Who they got today?
Clemson.
Clemson, New Mexico. I've got the Lobos going on.
So do I.
Is every single 11 seed going to win? Is that real?
They're 3-0 right now.
So they're the last one.
They're the last one.
So the great Miss K read an article about that and picked every single 11. So she's 3-0 on the 11s. Who are the three that have won so far? NC State. I didn't have that one.
Oregon.
I thought NC
Duquesne.
State.
Thanks for nothing.
Duquesne. And I thought NC State was going to have like a little fatigue, like they outplayed and they're tired. They kind of outkicked their coverage a little bit, and then no, not the case at all. And then Oregon.
Oregon beat
South
Carolina.
I had Oregon. Of course they did.
Yeah, I had South Carolina in the Sweet 16.
Why?
South Carolina was frisky.
They weren't going to beat.
Good.
They weren't beating Creighton anyway.
Actually, I think I had them losing to Creighton.
Creighton's tough.
Yeah. Are they the Blue Jays?
That's correct.
It's a great logo. So you got Kansas, Gonzaga. That's a good 4-5 game. That'll be a fun one this weekend. Which one are you looking forward to the most right now of the games that we know that are locked? NC State, Oakland? Oh, man. They've got a real shot, NC State, Oakland.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to the Oakland game all day yesterday, so I'm probably going to be locked in.
So if the winner of that game, can they beat Marquette?
Probably not.
No. Marquette plays great defense, right?
Yeah, and
we saw
they're
them at
way
Butler
more
last year.
We did.
They're way more disciplined than Kentucky is.
We didn't think they were a top 5 team in the country. They were in the top 5. We were like,
They didn't have a ton of size, but they were all kind of like the same size, and they were all pretty good. Yeah, I remember that. All right, very good. Any updates that we need to know about? Anything happening that's exciting
we're
right
underway
now?
already.
Yeah, Baylor's up 36-23, I see.
And FAU and Northwestern are playing the most boring game of all time.
What are the combined shooting percentages here?
20-19 at the half?
Yeah. It's awful.
I got FAU.
Awful
Come on,
basketball.
Florida Atlantic. Let's go. All right, Gibbe.
Northwestern at halftime is shooting 21% from the field. FAU is shooting 33%.
Well, then
Northwestern from three-point land, 16%.
Feels like it bodes
FAU
well for Northwestern
11.
to shoot 21% from the field and be down 1. Makes it feel like they can't be that bad again.
I don't know.
All right. Who are you voting off the Mount Rushmore? Are we doing a poll? Is this a real poll?
I feel like we need the poll.
So you have to understand the impact means that, like, see, I don't know
how to word it.
The right answer for people not named me is to take Joe Montana off, right?
Yes.
Probably, because football still would go on. The Niners would have been good, I think, anyway.
With Steve Young, absolutely.
Well, Steve Young only at the end.
Steve Bono.
WWE doesn't exist as it does today without Hulk Hogan. Tiger Woods certainly changed the trajectory and course of the sport of golf, and Michael Jordan did the same. It became an icon in basketball. I mean, Joe Montana is an icon, but you're talking about with Tom Brady kind of, surpassing him, or at least, he's the second best to ever do it. I don't know. I'm not getting rid of Joe Montana, so that's for me. Tiger Woods is out. Golf's still going to go on. I'll root for Freddie Boom Boom Couples. I'll root for John Daly. I'll root for Phil Mickelson during these time periods, and that's how I'll do it.
I don't know. I told you yesterday. Although everybody was all angry. They're like, Gibbs, how do you not get rid of Michael Jordan? Because then the Cavs probably win a championship.
It's certainly in play.
Yes.
I think if you're using – so that's like I have Joe Montana at a higher level because it's a direct impact on my youth. I mean, he was my favorite player of my youth. He just won Super Bowls. He was Joe Cool. Jordan, you would get rid of, but then we'd have no Jordan shoes. We'd have no Jordan gear. We wouldn't have the Grove. We wouldn't have.
Well, I don't know anything about the Grove.
Well, I mean, I do, and it's
some
fantastic.
people do in this room. I don't.
It's fantastic. Maybe someday.
No, I doubt it. I doubt it.
I don't know. I just think he's so much bigger than the sport. Tiger's so much bigger sport, and Hulk Hogan was so much bigger sport. Joe Montana was bigger than the sport, but and it's not the same. He to me, if we're being totally honest, and I'm taking my childhood out, then he's the one that you would take out for sure.
I don't want to take out Jordan. I don't know why.
No, you can't. Jordan can't come out. It's between
Hulk
Hogan and Jordan can't come out.
No, it's between Hulk and Joe Montana.
Hulk Hogan can't come out.
Yes, he can.
No, he can't.
Yes.
No way. We're on.
You're still
we're
the
going
Macho
on
Man.
No, dude. No,
Yeah.
no.
Sergeant Slaughter.
Do you remember what the main
the
event?
JYD?
Do you remember what the main event of WrestleMania 1 was?
No.
Hulk Hogan.
Well, I figured that.
And Mr. T against Rowdy Roddy Piper and Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
Ooh.
But without that event, which was sold on Hulk Hogan and then the crossover, Mr. T, all of it, without that event, you don't have professional wrestling doesn't exist like it does now. And without Hulk Hogan, without him selling WrestleMania 3, the Pontiac Silverdome.
So how am I
93,000. People who don't care about professional wrestling would get rid of Hulk Hogan, like easy, because that's easy.
How do I word this?
I don't know. I'm going to ask Bo.
Word the poll,
He's
you mean?
in Hawaii on vacation.
Yeah. I'm going to see what he thinks. We're texting. What's your problem?
Well, ask him who he would vote out to.
Bother him.
He reached out to me, I'll have you know.
When?
This morning. Well, recently. With the exchange of the night last night at dinner. He's trying to curb Bootsy getting stuffies, which is, I guess, stuffed animals. And he told him at dinner, no more stuffies. And Bootsy whispered into his mom's ear, I'm going to get another stuffy in an hour.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It's what a formidable alliance.
How did that go?
What do you mean? He's got his mom.
Bo's got to nip that in the bud.
Bootsy he's a force of nature. He's a hero amongst children, in my opinion.
Well,
he's unbelievable.
He's you.
Maybe we do have a kindred spirit.
He is your spirit animal.
He is my spirit animal. It's true. And all we do is get Vicks. We're champions of not only spirit and personality, but out in the battlefield.
Apparently, Griff's really good at getting Vicks. He was telling us this morning.
Griff, you're on Fortnite?
He can't respond right now because he's editing, but he said he's like, him and his friends won 5 straight last night, and like they're playing really well.
Why haven't we gotten out in the streets, Griff?
He doesn't know. I feel like this might need to happen.
Oh, yeah, we'll have to do that.
That's what I said earlier.
We'll do that.
And then you guys told me that it couldn't happen.
Why?
Well, he could play with Z and Bootsy and them, but he couldn't play against them.
He can't play against you?
Dude, we're here to work together. Why are you trying to have us?
But like,
this isn't a CBD
I don't know.
war.
Griff was taking victory laps today about Fortnite. I'm like, well, I feel like you got to put your forces up against.
If
it
he
would
wants
be
to
cool
take
if
on
Zagura
somebody,
and the boys.
do like a 1-on-1 to see who's better.
I'm not good at Fortnite.
Okay.
If he thinks he's good, I'll have him take on my son, and then we'll see where he stands.
Ooh.
Bryce is a beast.
He's a force to be reckoned
Are you a
with.
big? Ask him. Does he a big builder? Is he like a good builder and editor and all that?
No.
So he plays zero build.
Yes.
Oh, so me and him could. Okay, we could tussle.
I would be the same way. I'm not playing.
I don't
builds
play with
anymore.
the build. No.
My friends are all
So
into
then,
that. I'm like, no.
my son right now, it's already over with. El Boods would smoke him, and he'd have no idea even what happened.
Because he's a builder, I'm assuming.
Oh, my God. He's unbelievable. He builds these whole things, and all of a sudden then he's dropping through this wall, that wall, and I'm like, where are you? I don't know. And he's like, boom, you're dead.
You go into a fight, and it's the Taj Mahal.
Yeah.
When you're done with it. You're like, yeah, I'm no way.
No, zero build. It's a shooting game. I'm a marksman. No surprise for those who have seen me play hoops.
Okay.
I can shoot the basketball.
I didn't say you
We've
couldn't.
never played basketball together, have we?
No.
It's ridiculous. It's part of being old.
Well, that's the other problem.
And I have a bulging disc.
Yeah, what?
I don't know. I'm waiting for the doc to tell me what.
I
what
can't
does
believe
this
you
mean?
already got the results.
Sometimes I think that's dangerous, right? It's University Hospitals, proud partner of the Cleveland Browns. University Hospitals, Cleveland Browns radio network. I don't know if we can get a little camera on that. Yeah, they do a great job, and then you get it on your My Chart. Like, they've already read it, get my results. The problem is, I don't know what I'm reading. It's like it's in another language. And everything I'm reading, when you Google it, doesn't sound great. So I'm waiting for the doc to say, okay, this is what it actually means for you. Like, do I need physical therapy? Do I need a shot? What do I need? Help me.
Help me, Obi-Wan.
We're the best doctors in the world.
So the poll, you have to cut one from sports history. Which one are you cutting?
Yeah.
That's it.
They're gone.
Hulk Hogan, Joe Montana, Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods. You have an hour and 30 minutes to vote at Browns_Daily Dodgeball. And I'm sure I just screwed it up, and then I'm going to have to figure it out.
Yeah, I can screw anything up. You're doing just fine over there.
I don't know. I'm like, my sinuses are a mess, obviously, if you can hear me. No. I'm not sick.
You're sick. My boy, the cook, is sick.
It's not a flu. It's not a cold.
Miss Kay's been sick. She's been sick for weeks.
There is
You've
nothing
been sick for weeks. He's sick for weeks. What's
going on?
Not been. Weeks.
I have not. I've been thriving.
No.